All right, I'm going to change the tone on this video a little bit, and I'm going to talk about corrective action, writing folks up, and terminating. Um, I don't think any manager or leader enjoys doing these things, and so I want to give you guys some tips from my experience that I found that makes this process a little more palatable. Um, the first thing I do is I always set high expectations, and I let my team know that I have two non-negotiables, and that's integrity and attendance. And so, if we're not doing the right things for our customers, both internal and external, each other, um, there's consequences for that, and they're going to be swift and just. You got to show up, right? It's like the lottery. You got to be there, right? You got to play to win. Um, and so my team knows that those things are things that are important to me, and that's part of our culture is that we show up, we do what we need to do, and if someone screws up integrity wise, they know they're going to be held accountable. But at the same time, it's spread fairly. They know that there's no one person who's getting away with stuff. Someone who's in a high performing capacity isn't getting a pass. They're not, right? And I've written up some of my top performers, and it's cost them dearly. It's cost them trips. It's cost them a contest. It's cost them lots of things because at the time that they were trying to win these things, they weren't doing the right things, and they had to be held accountable for doing that. We don't do that, right? The second piece of it is I gather all my facts up front, and I never take anything at face value. If I have to, do an investigation, I will do a thorough investigation. Everything will be documented, and if you try to dispute the fact that you did this, I'm going to have a bunch of stuff to show you did, right? I did everything I can, and that's twofold. One is I'm really hoping you didn't. I'm really hoping that I'm wrong. I'm hoping the accusation's wrong. I'm hoping that I can find a way to save you. The other piece of it is if I have to write you up, you did it. And there's no getting out of it. I'm not going to have someone get off on a technicality. You did it. And if you did it, there's a corrective action that's going to be put in place. Uh, the last piece is the delivery. So a couple things with the delivery. One, I try to do them on Fridays. If I can do them on Fridays, that gives the employee a weekend to complain, stomp their feet, groan, and come back to work Monday refreshed. But the second piece of it is I let them know that this doesn't change my opinion of them, that I still think they're amazing, that I know they have a ton of potential, and I'm still going to help them with everything, their career goals, their process, their improvement, all of those things. That doesn't change anything because the truth is it doesn't, right? We're human. We make mistakes, and sometimes we make mistakes on purpose. Sometimes. But we have consequences for those things and we move on. And I let them know that I'm still on their side. And the truth is I am on their side. I'm trying to make sure that they don't lose their jobs. I'm trying to make sure that they do the right things. And at the same time, when someone accuses them of not doing the right thing, I am doing everything in my power to find out if they truly did. And if they didn't, we're not going to have a conversation about it. And so make sure that during your conversations during corrective action that it's okay to express disappointment, but it's not okay to be angry at the employee. It's not okay to beat them up. And we should be talking about a way to improve whatever it is. If it's a performance plan, I still have potential in you. I still see potential in you. I know that you're going to do amazing. There's just been some things that I've asked you to execute on and you haven't, right? And so I need to understand why. If it's an integrity thing, again, you have so much potential here, and I see so much in you, and it's disappointing that you would do something like this. But look, that doesn't change my opinion of you. I still think you're great. I still think you're wonderful. We just got to stop this, right? I can't have people thinking this of you. If it's an attendance thing, look, I need you here, right? And if there's something going on, I need you to tell me so I can protect you. Help me understand why we're missing so much time, right? So look, corrective actions suck. They do. But it's a necessary part of any business is to have a way to hold employees accountable and, if necessary, have them exit the business and do it in a way that safeguards the business. So my advice to you is if you have to give corrective actions, make sure you do it in a way that makes the employee feel empowered to make a change afterwards instead of beating them up. Because if you beat them up, they're going to go back to their desk and they're not going to feel like wanting to work for you or the company for that matter. They're just going to, condemn everything that you do. And then they're going to spend the next week or so looking for a job on your dime. So I hope this video helps. I hope you don't have to give too many corrective actions or let people go. And I guess I forgot that piece. If you have to let someone go, make sure to highlight the good in them when they were an employee. And you as a manager, you may be relieved sometimes to lose some of these folks, because some people are just downright brutal employees. They're not very good employees, and that's okay. Those people just didn't pick the right job. But make sure to leave on a good term. It's really funny to me that many of the people I worked with in my younger years of my life circled back, and I saw them again in my current employer or my previous employer, and sometimes they were my boss. And thank God for those good relationships, because had I said, yeah, good riddance, bye, Felicia, I don't think that those relationships would have went as well. And not only that, but sometimes we make choices that aren't a good fit for us, and it takes us a while to realize that. And if you help them along the way, they'll remember you. And you never know, man. They might come back around and you might need them, or worst case scenario, you don't have to worry about them filing any sort of claim or any sort of HR nonsense against you after the fact. So with that, good luck, happy hiring, happy firing.